Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make the kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Heal Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in the way, where the kings of the night here to stay. Where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in the way, where the kings of the night here to stay. Heal Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in the way, where the kings of the night here to stay. Where the kings of the night here to stay. Where the kings of the night here to stay. Bad guys do hill shit, no one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big dreams, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even faced. Just some rebels with the cars, breaking all the rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heal Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in the way, where the kings of the night here to stay. Chasing that money, living for the thrill, aiming for the top, gotta make the kill. Street smart, no room for the weak. Cross us once, you'll feel the heat. Taking what we want, we don't ask for permission. Running with the wolves, a dangerous coalition. Living on the edge, no time for hesitation. Heal Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in the way, where the kings of the night here to stay. Where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. But in this city, ain't nobody in the way, where the kings of the night here to stay. Heal Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm.
Viewer discretion
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah.
What up, Heel Faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz, that's Draven Grimes. With us every Tuesday is Edgar from the Snug Wrestling Podcast, bringing us the biggest news stories from the weekend wrestling. And we got some Jordan Gray stuff. I'm sure we got some Rumble stuff. We probably got some Logan Paul bullshit. And
Fuck. Whoa.
And,
no bullshit.
We'll get into all of that after this.
Cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heal Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain.
Turn it down.
I'd like to thank Fetal Pig for our theme song. So how are you fellas doing?
Yes, thank you, Fetal Pig. Have you released the track yet?
It's on YouTube
Is it on the premium or is it for everyone?
for everyone.
Oh, it is. Let me just go.
I
take
think
a
it
gander
uploaded
at
as a
that.
short, so I gotta see what's up with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like a 2-minute thing. We'll look into it. But yes, the official Hill Shit podcast soundtrack by Fetal Pig is available on YouTube, and it's a short for now. So yeah, cool. Got that taken care of. We kind of went through this like an hour ago. I'm not gonna rehash everything I just said. Feel like shit, recuperating, etc., 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 etc. Edgar, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man, because well, I was just told that this is my 8th episode with the Heel Shit podcast, which is amazing. Looking forward to many more. And also Logan Paul is back.
God damn.
Fuck's sake.
So
He brought it. He was up here and he brought it all the way down.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm great, guys.
All right. Well,
So sorry for your
what you
toss
got
up.
up first for us?
Let's start off with the Jordan Grace news. As we all found out recently, Jordan Grace officially signed with the WWE, how we all expected. But apparently, this decision was not supposed to happen this soon. According to an article by JJ Sports Studio, Jordan Grace did an interview with them stating that her contract TNA was originally going to expire in October of 2025. But part of the reason why her contract came up sooner was because of when TNA and Scott Demore parted ways, or they fired him, I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that was a big reason why Jordan Grace split ways with TNA this year, this early in January instead of October. When the news broke out that Scott Demore wasn't going to be in TNA anymore, Jordan Grace said that was a big reason for her, the fact that she was in TNA. But luckily for her, TNA was able to release her earlier than what was originally planned. So that's a big reason why Jordan Grace decided to go to the WWE now. So Scott Demore made a huge when he left. He made a huge impact on TNA. What were your thoughts on Jordan Grace's comments when it comes to this?
I can certainly understand a boss you were really close to leaving and it being a big deal, especially if you considered that one of the reasons why you were there. You know, it was a no-brainer every time for her to just re-up her deal, and I guess there's no chance she didn't have the opportunity to re-up this time, but it must be something. She either didn't like the way Demore was treated, or she doesn't like current management. I don't know. But I can certainly understand not wanting to be in a place after a boss you really were attached to left.
I agree with that, and it's not just Jordan. A lot of people felt the same way about Scott Demore. I didn't even work there, and I felt pretty similar to how they felt. Just because he was so pivotal in basically bringing TNA from the fucking mud and gunk of the wrestling world, being the laughing stock, to basically a resurgence of their popularity. I mean, he got guys who, for better or for worse, stuck by him, got them basically to the main dance, got them more relevant than they ever have been, rebranded the company to its origin brand. And then, after all that work, it almost felt like a slap in the face, a kick in the nuts, however you want to put it, for that company to basically go, your services are no longer required. It didn't sit right with me. It still doesn't sit right with me. I'm okay with it now because I've seen what Scott's done since then. You know, relaunching Maple Leaf Wrestling in Canada and giving a lot of guys up there an opportunity, just like he did with a lot of guys in Impact / TNA. But I don't know, dude. We're Dark's always been more for the boys. I've always been more for the business, but this is that situation where I was for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize he had such like a big impact, no pun intended. On the wrestlers, I mean, I wasn't that big on TNA, so I didn't really understand like what the big deal was when it came to Scott Demore. But for Jordan Grace to come out and say something like that publicly, I mean, they must have been pretty upset about that whole situation.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot to be said for like now in WWE having the head guy be someone who was a talent in the business. That
Mhm.
that I think means a lot to the people you're trying to manage, control, what have you. And Scott Demore has done it all. So it's like whereas, you know, Vince got in the ring, but he wasn't a wrestler by any means. And Tony certainly isn't. It's like I think there's a special connection when one of your quote unquote brothers is the boss.
Yeah, 100%. And let's not forget all the years that he was doing Impact / TNA. That wasn't like his full time gig. Like he has his own business outside of that he runs. So for him to take all that time out of his personal life to get this company going, to get it of a place of relevance that's hasn't been seen, and let's face it, since before the Hogan era, that's love and commitment. That is something you don't see in a lot of wrestling companies. And I can understand from that standpoint why everybody was so upset by the sudden release. I know, like I said, I was upset. I know when me and you first talked about it, Dark, when it originally happened, you had some feelings on it as well. I mean, it hit everybody hard because everybody knew what Scott Demore meant for the boys and the girls in the back for TNA.
Yeah.
Well, now we're about to see Jordan Grace join the WWE officially, apparently sooner than what we all expected. So that should be exciting, y'all. Jordan Grace,
And they
she should
say she's
be
in Indianapolis this weekend.
for the Rumble.
She's not been confirmed, but it's pretty much it's confirmed without being confirmed.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she makes an appearance this weekend. That would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's pretty much confirmed at this point that she will.
And we were
But they're
talking
probably
about it
just-
earlier, about her. I don't think neither one of us believe that she should win the Rumble, but I definitely think she needs to make a huge impact. She needs to toss bitches over the rope like it's nothing.
She needs to be like Kane in 2001. Just bitch fly that way, bitch fly that way, bitch fly that way. Santino Marella fly that way. Twice.
Yeah, so I think she should eliminate a good ton of people. Should she win? No. But if she's going to debut at the Rumble, she has to make a huge impact.
Well, to be honest, I'd much rather see Jordan Grace win than any of the women that are currently planned to be in the Rumble right now that I can think of. That's just me,
Explain.
though.
Explain.
I mean, do I want to see Liv win? No. Who else? Bianca, no. Naomi, no. Who else is on there? I can't think of anyone right now in the women's division other than Jordan Grace that I want to see win this thing. Jade Cargill, maybe if she makes like some splash return, I would like to see her win it. I don't know. I can't think of anyone else right now.
So let me give you the same scenario that I gave Dark because we talked about this about half hour ago. Say she does show up to the Rumble.
Jordan
Say she
or Jade?
Jordan. We're
Yeah.
talking about Jordan.
Yeah.
Say she does go over and win the Rumble.
Yeah.
From a business standpoint, how is that going to affect the morale of your locker room?
Oh no, it doesn't make any sense for Jordan Grace to win it, but I'm just saying, like the women's Royal Rumble right now is so unappealing to me.
Yeah, and
We had
we were
Sorry,
talking,
Dark.
and I think that this this women's Royal Rumble is really prime for someone, a surprise entrant, to win. Whether it's a returning Becky Lynch, whether it's a returning Jade Cargill, a debuting Jordan Grace. I think I would be less mad if an outsider won this one because it is such a stagnant fucking field right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Liv is our prediction from the people who have listed already, but I wouldn't have a problem in the world if somebody returned and won or debuted and won on this. I understand that people who have been there would feel slighted. I understand.
Yeah, but to answer your question, Draven, I completely just uh didn't answer it. Yeah, it would. A lot of people would be pissed off back there. I bet.
Hmm?
Exactly.
Mm.
I mean, from my point of view, again, this is from the business point of view. Typically, the Royal Rumble is pretty much figured out by no later than September, October at the latest. Why go and change all those plans that you've got from Rumble to Mania booked up and ready to go, other than injury, on somebody you just signed the week of the event? You're going to have to go back and rewrite 3 months of fucking television to make it make sense afterwards. It's to me, it doesn't make good business sense.
Now, do you guys think, say Jordan Grace does win, and people have to get over their feelings? Jordan Grace versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Do you guys think that would be
I could see. I give Jordan Grace a better shot at winning the Elimination Chamber.
I don't see
Yeah.
her going for Rhea yet. For me, if she has to go after a title, she needs to go grab the one from Tiffany. Only because Rhea's so fucking hot right now that to me, if you put Jordan over on Rhea now, it kind of feels wasted.
Yeah.
Let Rhea cook on this title reign for a good 8-10 months, and then if you want that to happen, it would make more sense because it's down the line. It's not at the Royal Rumble time. It's not at WrestleMania. It could be SummerSlam. It could be Survivor Series, something like that. But it's not going to feel like it was forced.
You wouldn't put Rhea over Jordan Grace if they did that at WrestleMania?
No. I think
No,
Jordan has to win her first feud without question. And no, having her lose at that point would be like killing it.
Yeah, it hurts both of them.
Yeah. It does, yeah. You're right. I think she should come in like you even said, Draven. Wouldn't be a bad idea that she breaks the record for the most eliminations.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe gets down to the last 5, but she can't win it. But
she could be one of the last 2.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Um, the next question is who do you think would be her first feud? Like, how do you see that happening? Is there um there's not a whole lot of people on the main roster she's mixed it up with at all.
Nia Jax.
That's the first thing that popped up. The only reason I would want that to happen is for fucking Jordan to squash her, to have Nia go away for a little.
Maybe,
Yeah, I think we all would like that.
yeah, but I mean
And like I
Jordan's really short, like surprisingly short when you see her against somebody who's even normal size. But she definitely has the powerlifting credentials to she'll be able to pick up Nia without a problem. Like so it could be her. But how I envision it is debuts at the Rumble, but the big deal is whatever show she's going to be on, she'll probably open that show. Come out, microphone, talk, and some chick is gonna come out and try to assert dominance on the new girl. So, what do you think of that? And who would you think that? I guess you know goes back to who do you think that person would be? That's kind of the Nia answer because she's always the one stomping on people's promos.
For me, I wouldn't make it obvious at first where she signs as far as what show she signs. Have her go to Raw, SmackDown, and NXT for a few weeks to tease it. In that elimination chamber, have her make her decision. And depending on where they want her to go, yes, have her fucking stomp Nia's ass real quick in a fucking squash match there to cut that off. If Jade comes back, have them fucking try to outpower each other. That happens. Fucking have Charlotte Flair come in there and get the shit knocked out of her so she'll go away for another year and a half. Fuck it. I'm not the biggest fan of Charlotte. I don't know if that's not very, very blatant, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Lizard Queen.
Yeah, no. I think I'm with you there. All right, so let's throw it to our first break and then move on to another story. That one took a little bit longer than I was expecting, so we'll be back.
Let me introduce you to our new sponsor, Smackin' Sunflower Seeds. Check this out. They sent us this huge box of samples with all these amazing flavors, from traditional flavors like the OG and ranch to unique flavors like cinnamon churro and my favorite, backyard barbecue.
Absolutely, man. Let's not forget the garlic parmesan, the cracked black pepper, and my personal favorite, the maple brown sugar. It is grade A, phenomenal, my guy.
So me, Draven, and Miner all sat down, went through all these flavors. Of course, we each had our favorite, but one thing we agreed on, this is an amazing brand. If you're a sunflower seed eater, definitely need to check this out. If you're not a sunflower seed eater, you still need to check these out because they got a flavor that you like, without question. Miner's favorite was dill pickle. I like the barbecue. Use the link in the description and enjoy.
No one can stop it. Walking in the shadows, always on the profit. Fast cars, big dreams, living on the edge. Haters talking trash, but we ain't even faced. Just some rebels with the cars, breaking all the rules. Bosses in the game, always playing it cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't.
She got like her
We
friends
are
like
back.
Oh,
So,
all right.
what you got next?
Well,
let's
very
go
very good
through,
conversation.
let's just talk about that instead of wrestling. No, I'm just kidding. We were talking about Charlotte Flair's surgery that she got, but that's a topic for another day. I do want to talk about Monday Night Raw last night. We saw some crazy stuff, and I'm talking about we saw a couple of injuries, but the worst injury that we saw that everyone is talking about is JD Madonna. JD Madonna, and I hate to say this is going to sound ridiculous. He almost decapitated himself last night on
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw.
That was fucking horrendous.
It was an
Yeah, it was.
ugly bump. He smacked his head, his neck, and his back hard on the edge of the announce table after doing a springboard moonsault from the ropes to the floor. First, my first question to you guys about this spot was a War Raider guy, was he supposed to catch him? Because it looked like he kind of just like did the complete opposite and threw JD Madonna against the announce table. Or how did you guys see this? What did you guys think about it when you guys first saw it?
Who's going first?
Go ahead.
To me, I went back and watched it from a couple different angles. This just looked like a freak accident. Obviously, when you're a smaller guy landing on a bigger guy, you're gonna bounce off a motherfucker, regardless if they catch you or not. To me, it was just A, B, C, and D lined up to E, and unfortunately, E meant him basically getting propelled like a spring backwards. Never really took it more than just a freak accident. Obviously, there was nothing malicious there, so to speak. It doesn't help that his head's 50 pounds heavier than his body, and the momentum didn't fucking stop him.
Yep.
I had to make the joke at least one time.
Yep.
I didn't think his injuries were that severe. I think if anything, it was just a real bad case of whiplash. I didn't even think about broken ribs or punctured lung or anything like that.
No, I would have
But-
figured all neck stuff.
Yeah. But going back and seeing what he did afterwards and was still able to perform to that caliber, you know, I'm not as hard on the match as I was.
Yeah.
Obviously, he did the best he could with what he had at the time. So yeah, to me, it was just a freak accident. And again, I'm not the biggest JD McDonough Farquaad dude, Brenton guy fan at all. But at no point do we ever want to see anybody get hurt, especially to this extent.
No,
He's basically taking himself out of WrestleMania.
Yeah. It looked horrific. I could have seen, massive whiplash or even a slip disc in his neck or something like that. The punctured lung, I would have never guessed. That was obviously from the rib, but it looked much more devastating to his neck. But that being said, it was obviously a freak accident. It looks horrific. We wish him the best without question.
Mm-hmm.
He's the worst one hurt, obviously. But ever since the WWE went to the non-gimmick tables, there have been a lot of really dangerous close calls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they did that, but JD McDonough is definitely the only one to get injured, but I can't imagine how people aren't getting hurt on some of these spots on that table.
Yeah. And I feel personally, if it was the older gimmick tables that did move, that the injury wouldn't have been as nearly as bad. It'd been more absorbed by the table.
Right.
But he basically hit a fucking wall last night.
Yeah.
With that new gimmick table.
Yeah, those tables
I originally
fucking
thought
solid.
that table. Yeah, I originally thought that table was just for like the Raw Netflix premiere, because when we saw the setup for the Netflix premiere, and then we came back to Raw the next week, everything was back to normal, but the fucking table.
Yeah. I think it was a dumb idea.
What does that do? And what does that do for table spots in big time matches? Do we just completely cut those out now? Do we just pull tables out from under the ring now? Like,
yeah,
the commentary table in itself has been able to tell so many stories in the past 3-4 decades. It's hard to just imagine that that's taken away now.
It's gone. I don't get it. They put a steel building 6 feet away from the ring. Like, that thing will not move. Dumb decision. Like, I would not be surprised if we see more injuries from that table.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we don't see that table after JD's incident.
Really, you think they'll just go back to it immediately, the gimmicked one?
I mean, let's play devil's advocate. How many more people's got to get hurt before they do something about it?
No, I know. Like I said, there's been a couple of really close calls also. I can't quite remember with the matches, but there have been a couple of times where I was like, oh, fuck.
Remember, Braun went fucking basically head first into the corner of it.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah.
And he's not exactly slow when he's fucking taking off.
Mm-mm.
Maybe this is that eye-opening situation where they go, you know what, maybe this wasn't a good idea.
Maybe, hopefully.
Put that table up.
What do you think of the situation?
And if they want a table like that, go back to how they did Raw like 2003, where they had the table up there by the fucking stage.
Right.
I mean, they had the Saturday Night's Main Event fucking podium thing. Just put the fucking table there.
Yep. Especially if the table's not going to come into play like it used to. Fuck it, get it out of there.
Well, even when it was up there, it came into play.
Yeah. What do you think, Good?
Well, like you guys mentioned already, after that spot, JD McDonough went to Twitter or X to give us an update, and yeah, he confirmed that he has broken ribs, which I thought was crazy because I thought for sure he had broken his neck. Luckily, that wasn't the case. He was able to get up, finish the match, which he got a lot more respect from the fans. He got a standing ovation as soon as he got up. And the thing that he posted on Twitter was, first off, thanks to everyone for the messages and the concern. I'm good. I've got a couple of broken ribs and a punctured lung, so I'm going to be out for a couple of months. All things considered, it could have been a lot worse, so I'm grateful for that. I knew he was going to be out for a while, especially after Dakota Kai got taken out after taking a drop kick. She's going to be out, so I said for sure JD Madonna is going to be out. There were some videos going around the internet of JD Madonna collapsing on his way to Gorilla after the match. But the craziest thing about that is even after that spot, he took a nasty knee to the back of the neck by one of the War Raiders, like maybe 3 minutes after that spot. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys thinking? What, I mean, did you guys see that spot, or were you guys thinking,
I thought it was I sent a message to Draven. I was like, that's a badass move. I want to start using that. Not even putting 2 and 2 together that the dude just broke his fucking neck. Not even caring about that. But like, I can use that fucking move. That was dope, man.
Yeah,
that was a dope move.
Yeah. But like, do you guys do that? Like, is that something that wrestlers should like avoid? Like, hey, this guy just fucking hit his neck hella hard. Maybe let's not hit him on the neck again.
Well, not just that, but you've got fuck, I had it on the tip of my tongue. But Ivar was the one who caught that moonsault. I don't think Eric was anywhere near, and he was the one who delivered the knee. So it's possible it didn't get transferred over and talk, although that's not a fucking excuse because it should have. But
yeah, they're always communicating, all 4 of those guys, especially with the ref too. Like, the ref has to let them know what's going on, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to break kayfabe a little bit here. Going back to that conversation you just had about the whole strike in the neck. Legitimately, I would say 2% legitimately of anything that we do actually legit targets the neck. Most of the time, and I won't say 100% of the time because it does happen. Most of the time, moves that target the neck is really just hitting high on the shoulders.
Mhm.
It's never really hitting the vertebrae in your actual neck. Do fuck ups happen? Yes. You know, I'm fucking living proof of it. But at the same time, I can see how you're weary of that particular maneuver, the pull Nelson into the knee strike. But if you go back and if you slow it down, you'll see that he hits right at the top of the shoulder blades, right before the neck. So to me, other than just more risk of whiplash, it was a perfectly safe move. And Eric's used that move since like 2013 when he was working Ring of Honor. So it's not like it's something he saw on BDWJ. I was like, ooh, I want to try that tonight.
But
I mean,
unfortunately, the placement that we would hit is where his broken ribs were.
but at the time, none of us thought anything about broken ribs. We were all thinking whiplash, concussion, and nothing even looked relatively anything close to a rib injury.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought he was working concussed.
Hmm.
I mean, when the tweet went out this morning, I looked, I was like, you gotta be fucking shitting me.
Dude, when he hit that table, I was waiting for Pez to shoot out of his neck. That fucking his head went in, so far back you can't even fucking imagine. It was crazy.
Right? Again, that's because his head weighs 50 more pounds than his body.
I feel like such a dick for laughing at that.
I laugh too. I laugh too.
All right, what you got next?
Let's stay on the Raw topic. I want to talk about the CM Punk promo. The last segment with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. It felt like a dark segment to me because for a second before they went to commercial break, I wasn't sure if the show was over or not.
Right, me too.
And we come back to the show and Cody Rhodes is sitting down in the middle of the ring cutting a promo, and I'm like, this feels like an after segment after the show, a dark segment.
Mm-hmm.
Then CM Punk comes out, and we kind of shoot messages during the show. And Dark, you had an interesting comment about the CM Punk promo that I wanted to ask you about. Did you mention something about CM Punk like messing up on this promo, or what were your thoughts on that last segment?
It happened during CM Punk's part. It very easily could have been either one of them that missed their cue. But essentially what happened is Cody said his piece, he turned and left, and then I don't know if the entire promo was supposed to end there, which is what it looked like, and Punk just needed to have the last word. So he went to grab him and he missed and had to re-grab him, and then he comes in and he stumbles through what he's going to say, and by the end of Punk's there was crickets in the audience during that final Punk segment. So when he tried to leave, I mean, I'm glad Cody saved it because the crowd was more into it at the end of his bit. But the final CM Punk part of that promo, you could hear a pin drop.
So I had thoughts on this as well. The part of him missing the jacket and having to reach for it, I think that was just a botch. I don't fault it really anybody one-sided. I think it was just one of those situations where he just didn't grab him correctly and had to reach again. I mean, it happens to the best of us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times have you've missed something and you immediately went back and grabbed it for whatever fucking reason, right? So I'm not going to fault that. But I will say, let me play this for you. What if the reason there were crickets on Punk's part is because after the Cody beatdown and shit, and after all that, and after Punk came out, it kind of felt like he was trying to turn a little heelish there on the hometown boy. So why the fuck would you do anything other than just sit there? I mean, obviously he got the pop whenever he said the bad news is it's going to be me. But other than that, it was crickets, like you said. At that point, the crowd's going, I don't want to see you now, and maybe that's what they were going for.
I don't know. I think you would have. I guess they wouldn't necessarily voice displeasure because it is Punk, but still, I still think because Cody's the hometown boy that if that was the sentiment, there would have been boos.
I don't know, because everybody's so wanting to be on Punk's side, and with Cody being in Atlanta, and that's Cody's town. He's made it very clear that's his town. Maybe they were just too indifferent on it that they couldn't respond to it as they wanted. But I'm right there with y'all. To me, going back and watching it today, it felt like all this wasn't supposed to happen, and a lot of it was ad libbed.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the case. Maybe it was one of those things of, oh shit, we need 10 more minutes. Go grab Punk, have him go out there with Cody. They could work well off each other, which Punk can work well off damn near anybody but fucking Hulk Hogan, brother. So maybe it was one of those situations where they just needed 10 more minutes because fucking Jey Uso didn't fucking waste those 10 fucking minutes yeeting on everybody for fucking 20 goddamn minutes already.
Dude, I was so pissed. I was so pissed that we waited through that entire fucking entrance and all he did was announce himself for the Royal Rumble. Like, fuck you. We could have had an entire match during that fucking thing. He just all he had to do was he could have even done it from backstage. Hey, I'm in the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna win that shit. And that would have been, they could have put a whole new fucking match on during his segment. It was such bullshit.
Or they're going to make more people sit in the front row and be like, hey, these guys are here from Friday Night SmackDown and NXT and Monday Night Raw. And here's a random legend that's backstage tonight, but we had him out here anyway.
Yeah, here's Quavo, who would rather be doing any fucking thing else than waving to the camera right then. Did you see him? He was all up like, yeah, yeah. And when he thought the camera was gone, he sat down and went right back to his phone. He didn't give two fucks about what he just knew he had an obligation he had to fulfill.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
my question still stands on who the fuck is Cuervo?
Quavo. He's
One of the
biggest
Migos.
Yeah, one of the biggest rappers in Atlanta from the Migos. They've been making music for years. Like I was listening to them when I was like in high school, I think. But
and then one of them died, within the last 2 years or so, and they've kind of gone on.
Yeah, and that was just, I think, to show that, oh, look at us, look at the WWE, we're hip, we're cool. They're trying to get more of like, I feel like the teenage crowd or some of the older kids,
right,
to to get their eyes on the product, because Quavo's been around in music for years and years. So I think they're trying to tap into that older crowd market with all these guys showing them on their TV.
I want to keep tapping backwards some because I didn't know who the fuck he was. Now you fucking bring James Hetfield out on that fucking show. Oh, I don't know exactly who the fuck he is. Like fucking that.
Yeah, and then I noticed that 2 Chainz was like the theme song to the video game, and that's why they had him there. So it's
The
it's
only
just
thing
a
I
lot
know,
of
the only thing I know about 2 Chainz, and he goes on all his songs going 2 Chainz. That's it. That's all I know. I'm fucking white, son. You understand? White. WITE, white. There's no H in that motherfucker. I'm so white.
He's almost translucent, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but did you guys like that how they did that last segment? Kind of felt like a dark segment.
Yeah,
No pun
something was
intended.
off about it. Either it was thrown together, or my opinion is the promo was supposed to end when Cody turned away the first time. That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, they got their point across. It was a good segment, but I felt like it dragged for a little bit too long. Like they could have done that in like less, maybe half the time they were out there.
Yeah.
They could have done it on. Be serious. The attack on Cody should have closed the show. That last shot of Sammy and Kevin standing over Cody. That should have been the end of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have told the perfect story that the baby face is down and that the heel has the advantage going into the pay-per-view matches.
Well, for the people in the arena, it didn't end there because after the camera shut off, Carmelo Hayes attacked Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get behind Carmelo Hayes. I don't know what it is. It's either
he was pushed too fast on NXT, and then he got to the main roster. They tried to do the same thing.
Yeah. He hasn't met the hype. I'll throw it to our last commercial break and then come back for some more.
Favorite segment of the show. Logan Paul is always the topic of conversation.
All right, well let's throw it to our last commercial break and then come back and talk about dumb shit. Be right back.
Talking about dumb shit.
Vodka, Evolve, Castell. Indulge in the Red Revolution.
That was a Castell.
All right, so you got 35 seconds.
Logan Paul is back, y'all.
32.
All right, that's
This has been amazing. Now, he got a lot of boos in the arena, and it was either the good kind of boos or the bad kind of boos. That's like, hey, we're not booing you because of your great heel work. We're booing you because we literally don't want you here. So, what do you guys think it was? Was this Logan Paul boos? Is this heat? Or
No, this is not heat. This is, we don't want you in the building. This is Dominic Mysterio 6 months ago heat. This is, we don't want you anywhere near this building right now. Get the fuck out. That's what that chorus of boos said.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. What was that? What was the twat waffle that got his panties all up in a fucking bunch last night when you fucking pointed that out?
I don't fucking know. Some dude
Conor
with
McGregor sign.
It's always the dudes with the new accounts with one fucking post that talk the most shit,
Mm-hmm. Fucking little Mark. Yeah, the only post he had on that whole motherfucking thing was a live event show he went to at fucking Christmas time. The fuck, dude?
Whatever.
You go to one show and you think you know everything.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I don't think anyone should be impressed by those boos. I think you can just feel the difference between the boos that they were giving him and then like
what Dom gets.
Huh?
Than what Dom gets now.
Yeah, I mean you get I don't know, Finn gets booed and it just feels like heat. This isn't heat.
Because that's his character. Yeah. This is legitimate fuck you heat. That's the best way to put it. It's fuck you heat.
Would you guys compare these boos to like the boos that Nia Jax has been getting lately?
Fuck no.
Nope.
Because the audience still understands their participation in dealing with that character. The audience doesn't feel Logan Paul is a fucking character. He's just a piece of shit. He's a fucking dickwad. He's a twat waffle. He's fucking scum of the earth for a shoot to this audience, and nobody fucking wants him around.
I agree.
And it's all his fucking fault because of all the fucking bullshit he's fucking done since he's launched his fucking YouTube show. Like, he legit shows how much of a piece of shit he is, and he's proud of it.
Yeah, he's been doing yeah, do you think it has to do with like him being like at the inauguration and like the whole interview with like Donald Trump and all that? You think the fans are
In
reacting to
Georgia,
that like a
no.
negative way?
In Georgia,
No,
no.
no, because
Um,
Georgia's a Republican state. Dude, he had this since he turned on the Miz and Mania. Like when everybody thought it was like a one-off deal, and everybody was like, "Okay, we'll deal with it, let it fucking go away." But he kept fucking coming back and coming back. And by the time when he started that program with Roman, that's where the fuck you he came in. Because at that point, everybody felt that his popularity from his YouTube channel superseded everyone on that fucking roster. And basically was like, you know what? I'm fucking super famous. I'll work Roman. And the fact that they fucking entertained it, not only entertained it, but put it on a fucking show. And Roman had to carry that motherfucker over. Not only carry that motherfucker over, but make him look halfway legitimate doing so. That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way to a point that we still haven't got over it. I'm gonna steal a famous line. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
yeah, no, he's one of the worst things to happen to wrestling in a little while. Like it's not. I mean, I can't take anyone seriously who's like this person just keeps getting rammed down our throat and getting undeserving. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you if you've ever cheered for Logan Paul in this industry. Fuck you. You have no say.
Whoa. No, I'm just kidding. No, I kid whenever
I say let's keep the merch thing up. Keep the merch thing up. Y'all two have heat all you want. Just let me make my money.
So like what about like all the people that are like, oh man, Logan Paul and Bad Bunny when it comes to celebrities joining the WWE, Logan Paul's killing it right now. There's a lot of fans that feel like that. You guys
So
don't agree?
you,
Like,
you want to bring Bad Bunny into this? Bad Bunny's worked 2 matches. The one match at WrestleMania, which was a gimmick match, same thing they did for Logan Paul, and they brought Bad Bunny back for the publicity for Puerto Rico. Put him in a match with another Puerto Rican for them to basically show off what people from that island can actually fucking do. And Damien did a damn good job getting Bunny over and making him look fucking relevant. But at the same time, also showed that Bunny's not doing this as a fucking joke. He for shoot did this for the love of professional wrestling, for the love of the island. Whereas Logan Paul, it just seems like it's just another endorsement deal.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was serious about this, he would put the fucking same amount of work in that everybody else in that fucking locker room has. Be there week in, week out. Besides cutting fucking shitty ass promos, get in the fucking ring, work Monday night, work Tuesday night, work Friday night. But he doesn't. He only fucking works, quote unquote, the big time matches. Because he thinks he's fucking better than everybody else. Great fucking job. You can go bump in a fucking ring. Dark Cordz can do that. I can fucking do that. The difference is we've put the fucking work in for fucking years. And it feels like he spits in the face of everybody that's under WWE, that's working independence, that's working Ring of Honor, that's working TNA, MLW, whatever. All the motherfuckers that's put years, if not decades, into honing their craft and becoming 10 times the fucking performer Logan Paul is, all because he has numbers on. That's why people fucking hate his ass.
oh, this is gonna make some great clips, y'all.
Anything else you want to say on Logan Paul, Edgar?
Yes, as a matter of fact, make sure you get the fuck Logan Paul shirt at the Streamlabs merch site. Don't even get the censored one. Get the fucking uncensored one. Let him fucking know that you fucking hate that motherfucker. I'm triggered.
That's actually what I was gonna say. Verbatim.
I'm fucking triggered. God, I hate that motherfucker. Dude, for real, how many friends do we have in this business that have been looked over for one reason or another, who continue to try to hone their skills to get to that next level? And stupid motherfuckers like this, like internet celebrities, just because they got fucking numbers, they fucking get to the fucking front of the line, while our guys who have fucking worked 15, 20 years honing their fucking craft still has to work the fucking indies because they don't have the fucking popularity that a fucking Logan Paul has, or a Mr. Beast has, Markiplier has. I'm just fucking saying. It irks me to my fucking core.
The stuff that he says that Logan Paul was saying in his promo too doesn't do him any favors either. When he says shit like, I've done this, I've done that, while you've been working here for years, like telling Gunther, you've been working here for years and you haven't done half the shit I've done. And it's like, oh, fuck.
Okay, to be fair, as soon as Logan Paul came on the television, I muted that motherfucker till it went to fucking ads because I'd rather listen to the ads than that fucking pesky ass voice. But let's remember one fucking thing. If he wants to pick a fucking fight with somebody like fucking Walter for a shoot, his WWE career, he's held a fucking championship 80% of his fucking career in WWE. Don't fucking start talking shit. That's like walking up the fucking god and saying his arms are just too short to fucking box with you.
Yeah, he said Logan Paul said a lot of crazy shit in his promo last night. Like, even like I was like, oh my god, this motherfucker's crazy. Like, if this was like the territory days, he would have gotten his his shit
He wouldn't have
slashed.
made it out of the building.
Yeah,
No,
dude. He said
no,
some
he couldn't
crazy
handle that fucking heat. He couldn't handle the
Yeah.
heat that we fucking get on. Because the difference between WWE and our shows is the fucking fans can get fairly fucking quickly before our security does.
Through that.
Yeah.
We have
But that
anything
was
else we need to talk about? I need my blood pressure to come.
I had one more topic for you guys. We had a 3-hour show last night and we only had 4 matches. And Dark, you pointed this out. It looks like this is format that WWE has been using a lot lately for these 3-hour shows. What are you guys' thoughts on this this production that the WWE is doing with the 4 matches?
I mean, Saturday Night Main Event was the same shit. It happens. It's like Draven said it best. There's still supposed to be wrestling in WWE. It's not just entertainment. All right, who fucking wants to sit through 3 hours of shit and have 4 matches? Like, that's gotta be fucking that's I can't imagine that people will continue to sit through it with that little action.
So let me ask you guys this, because obviously I don't watch SmackDown on Friday. I don't want time. Does SmackDown have the same format, or is there more wrestling on SmackDown since they've moved to 3 hours?
SmackDown's a 3 hour. There's probably one more match. They probably got 5.
Okay, so they at least fill more time with wrestling.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where, and it's like you said earlier, we were talking about the Jey Uso thing. They could have put a whole fucking match there, but you know where else they could have put a fucking match? Literally anywhere fucking else that they were showing people in the fucking crowd.
Yep.
Put a fucking 5-minute match on with some fucking mid-card guys.
Like, motherfucker, nobody who's not already watching is gonna see them. Like, come the fuck on. Why are you showing them? You're not attracting new viewers because the motherfuckers are already watching.
Yes. It irks me to no end, because I've been going back and rewatching like 2001 to 2005 weekly shows, mostly Raw because it's on Netflix and it streams a lot better now. And it was opening promo, match, 9 o'clock hour, top of the hour promo, match, 9:30 promo, main event.
Mm-hmm.
Every show was between 6 to 8 matches, depending on if they had to squash somebody or what have you.
Yep.
And the promos didn't drag on for fucking ever.
They spend more time backstage in these shows now than they do at the ring.
And I can understand the Saturday Night Main Event ones because they built up to that show and they give the guys adequate time for it. But at the same time, you don't have to show all these legends. You know, you could put a 5th match on that show and it'd be just fine. The smaller size pay-per-views like Bad Blood, Backlash, or whatever, that only has a 5-match card, but it feels like it flows so well. Those are the shows I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the first 45 minutes is in ring and backstage promos and shit. And then, you know, at 8:45, the entrance for the first fucking match happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want that. I understand World Wrestling Entertainment. They put a lot on the entertainment, but there's still the fucking wrestling that the people want to fucking see. And that's going to drive fans away. And I'm not saying that it's going to drive them to another wrestling show. It's probably just going to drive them away from wrestling.
That's the one thing I've always liked about AEW. Not only does it have twice the wrestling minutes, but they always, at least they used to, always started the show with one of the hottest matches on the card. Like right out the bat, welcome, it's Wednesday, you know what that means. Let's head to Justin Roberts for the introduction. Like it was, you know, it's just a different animal.
On that, I agree with. But for me, it's not my style of wrestling. We've gone through this. You know, it's just not me. I like a more slow storytelling style of match. It's how I've done my matches forever. It's how I was trained to do them. But even if you go watch fucking Impact starts with opening up with a match. You go watch an NWA show, it opens up a fucking match. You go watch MLW, same thing. Hell, even fucking Ring of Honor opens with a fucking match. I understand that WWE has certain criteria they got to hit every week on fucking Raw and Netflix. But you don't have to keep putting your boys out there on the front fucking row the fucking way. You don't have to keep patronizing these fucking quote unquote celebrities that half the people in the fucking world don't really fucking understand who the fuck they are, why they're fucking there. I'll be honest, fucking Raw Netflix, for a good fucking minute, I didn't even know that was Travis Scott. I thought it was just some random fan getting in the fucking camera. Not gonna fucking lie. And I thought the same fucking thing last night when Jey Uso came out. And then I messaged him, like, so basically anybody that's a celebrity with a fucking belt can get a Jey Uso entrance on Monday Night Raw now.
Pretty close.
And I said, well, that's fucked up because one of my favorite rappers, Quest, has the fucking belts.
Fuck off.
And he can't even fucking come down. No, fuck that. I'm calling it out. But I'm just saying, dude. It irks me. Like, I turn on wrestling to watch wrestling, not soap operas.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're also like bringing in like more like these streamer guys like Kai, whatever his name is, and the other guy Speed or whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you and you're right, they're just looking for numbers, because if they really wanted the wrestling crowd, it would have been, you know, Scott Van Fleet, or it would have been What Culture, or
did you say Scott Van Fleet?
What is his name?
Chris Van Vliet.
Whatever.
I thought you were talking about like a rock band or something. That sounds like a cool name for a rock band, Scott Van Fleet.
That was Fetal Pig. Your point?
No, yeah. I said Van Vliet. I just didn't know. I missed the first word.
It sounded like you said Fan Fleet.
No,
I
know how to pronounce his last name. I just blanked on the first name. Anyway, but it would be.
No, but you're right.
So I got a story for you guys when it comes to like very little wrestling in WWE. So the last live event that I went to was SmackDown, and it was the SmackDown where they did that Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns promo when they were in the football stadium.
You guys remember? Yep. Yeah, I remember that show.
So I was there, That promo, they aired it on the Titantron and on the screens, which I thought was bullshit. So this was when SmackDown was still 2 hours. That whole SmackDown, same thing, very little wrestling, shit ton of video package. Most of the show, I was watching it, even though I was there, I was watching most of the show on the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Backstage segments, video packages, the Cody Roman promo, everything was on the screen. However, we had 3 dark matches. We had 1 dark match before the show and 2 dark matches after the show. Before the show, we had Liv Morgan versus Lyra Valkyrie. And after the show, we had Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes, where Cody Rhodes put Carmelo Hayes through 2 tables, I believe, which, they sent the crowd home happy. But I mean, the people get their money's worth, but they don't show all the matches on TV, which that's the part that doesn't make sense to me. They have the matches, they just don't show them. That's the
Because
thing. And I don't know.
most of the dark matches are non-storyline matches.
Yeah, it's more or less for the live crowd to get their money's worth. But going back to that particular SmackDown, I remember watching that back, and that show, for only being 2 hours, flowed well. It felt like there was enough of the backstage stuff and there was enough of the wrestling stuff.
SmackDown at 2 hours was perfect.
Thank you. 3-hour wrestling shows, unless they're pay-per-views, don't make fucking sense.
Yeah,
really
no,
don't.
I was really upset about it going to 3 hours, because by the end of their Fox run, they had it down right. It was a quick pace show. It was
2003 all over again.
Yeah, it was a good, perfect runtime, perfect what do you say, production.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't understand why they have to fuck around with that and be 3 hours. It's a lot of TV to write every week.
Yep. That's I'll stand.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we got for tonight?
That's all I had.
Yep.
I just hope SmackDown goes back to 2 hours soon.
Do you know when it is?
Yeah, I saw something about it going back to 2 hours, quote unquote, eventually.
Yeah, at some point.
Hopefully, it'll be like right after WrestleMania season, and I'll be good with that. Go back to that format. All right. So, pleasantries.
Yes, sir.
I guess. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget this coming Thursday night, Dark Cordz, Draven Grimes will be back on here for talking shit. Probably talk a little bit more about the Rumble leading up to it, as well as some other personal shit. Fucking talking shit. And of course, Sunday morning, 11 a.m., be right back here for the fallout of the Royal Rumble after the fucking live stream that will start promptly at 6 p.m. Eastern with your boys, Dark Cordz, Draven Grimes, and the Rican Reaper himself, Rip Ruiz. That's going to be a wild fucking night. I can't fucking wait. I'm so excited. So fucking excited. And let's see. Oh, we also have that little podcast thing we do, the Hill Shit podcast every 8 p.m. Forgot about that. My bad. I apologize. I apologize. Our bread and butter, yes. Come talk some shit with us. We'll probably do a little bit more on the fallout of the Rumble and any stories coming out from Sunday afternoon on. And let's see, that. I've already plugged the merch, but fuck it, I'll plug it one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget the fucking merch.
The merch.
I'm so glad you remembered your part this time, my guy. The merch is fucking gorgeous. We have Hill Shit podcast merchandise. We have the Forbidden Kingdom merchandise, the retro and the new shit just got released in the last 5 days, as a matter of fact. And let's see, we got the Fuck Logan Paul shirt, which if you go on Snug Wrestling's Facebook page, he has a link to it right now. Paul, watch your shirt, Dark Cordz stuff, Draven Grimes stuff. All affordable. Do not forget the $4.99 premium YouTube membership. That is a monthly subscription. Gives you access to exclusive content, gives you access to exclusive merchandise that is not available on the Streamlabs store. I think that's about it. So please take us home.
All right. So, for Draven Grimes and Edgar. That's right.
Fuck. My
Edgar.
bad. Edgar.
Plug that shit.
Your shit.
Nah, man, my feelings are hurt now. Nah, I'm just kidding. Follow me on YouTube. I just hit 1,000 subscribers, so I'm really excited about that. Snug Wrestling. Subscribe to my YouTube. And leave a star rating and leave a review on my Apple Podcast and Spotify, the Snug Wrestling Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And
So have you figured out the TikTok situation?
Oh yeah, I had to make a new account. My TikTok got deleted. I almost had like close to like 8,000 followers on that thing. So I'm starting from scratch. So follow my TikTok, Mr. Snug Wrestling. Some of you guys might read it as Mrs. Nug Wrestling, but it's Mr. Snug Wrestling. Either way, follow my new TikTok account.
all right. And Edgar's here with us.
We'll be doing some more cameo spots on Snug's thing to get his numbers back up, all that good shit. So anybody that's on the Heel Shit podcast, anybody that is part of the Heel faction, go show Edgar some.
Absolutely. All right. So, for everybody involved, hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
Heel Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the norm, always causing pain. One of this city, ain't nobody in the right way.